Against the Ice. Exploring Greenland's vast landscape for a lost map, two men must fight to survive. Based on the true story of Denmark's 1909 polar expedition. This adventure and historical drama film based on true events is not only interesting but dramatic, emotional and entertaining to watch. The production elements such as cinematography, costumes, set designs, special effects among others are all good, as are the performances of the entire cast that are not only good and credible but enhance the film. This movie is a good choice to watch, that's why we give it 3 stars out of 5. BIGBUG. Humans have ceded most tasks to AI in 2045, even in nostalgic Alice's home. So when robots stage a coup, her androids try to protect her by locking her doors. We found this science fiction and comedy movie ridiculous and not at all entertaining. The plot sounds interesting, but in reality, the story is captured in the film in a boring, slow, and uninteresting manner. And it's not that funny. On the contrary, it makes you cry because of how bad the film is. Even with decent special effects and cast performances, this production is not salvageable, and for us, it's not worth watching. So we give it 1 star out of 5. Mezquina. Heartbroken, jobless, and in her 30s, Leila sets out to reinvent herself and search for happiness amid her family's attempts to recouple her. This comedy romance movie has an entertaining and interesting story to some extent, but honestly, it doesn't satisfy or hook you completely. You could watch it while cooking and you won't miss anything. It's full of cliches and the story is very simple, with some supposedly comical situations that are really somewhat ridiculous, cheesy and not funny. The performances are decent, especially that from the main actress, but still for us, this production is only average, so we give it 2 stars out of 5. Watch it if you have nothing better to do. Pirates, the Last Royal Treasure. A gutsy crew of Joseon pirates and bandits battle stormy waters, puzzling clues and militant rivals in search of royal gold lost at sea. This action-adventure film seemed to us more like a production made for children than for adults. The story is obviously not original, since it's just another production about the search for a treasure, the adventure of finding it, and what happens after doing so. A theme already recycled in countless similar productions. For us, there are many ridiculous, dull, exaggerated, hard-to-believe parts, and the comic aspect of the film, in the end, tired us. The production elements such as set designs, costumes, special effects, cinematography, among others, are good, and the performances of the entire cast are usually decent. To us as adults, it was a boring and tedious movie to watch, so we give it 2 stars out of 5. But your children will love it, so it's a good option to watch on family movie night. The Bombardment. The fates of several Copenhagen residents collide when a World War II bombing mission accidentally targets a school full of children, based on true events. This war, an historical drama film based on true events, was originally released in 2021 and re-released on Netflix this year. The story is interesting, sad, full of strong emotions and dramatic, that makes you think that it's always the most innocent, in this case civilians and children, who suffer in the wars that continue to happen and have occurred in our world. War is a waste of humanity, something that should not happen, but it seems that we are doomed to continue killing each other. The production elements such as cinematography, set designs, costumes and special effects are all good, as are the performances of the entire cast, especially those of the child actors. If this is your favorite genre, This movie is a good option to watch, so we give it 3 stars out of 5. The Invisible Thread. A teenage son of 2 fathers makes a documentary about his parents, but is surprised when a real-life plot twist occurs in his family. This comedy and drama film is original in its own way, with a story that is somewhat interesting and entertaining, but honestly, it doesn't really fill you up. There are some parts that are somewhat dull and others that are unnecessary, that take away fluidity to the story, making the movie a bit tedious to watch. The comedy aspect of the film is usually acceptable, but for us, they could have made a better movie. The performances are usually decent, yet we found it an average production, so we give it 2 stars out of 5. The Privilege. A wealthy teen and his friends, attending an elite private school, uncover a dark conspiracy while looking into a series of strange supernatural events. This film, categorized as horror, is not that original, as it has a similar story explored in other productions that cover the same theme, and so it does not offer anything new. To begin with, the story is not scary at all, and there are many parts that are dull, ridiculous, exaggerated, and difficult to believe, even for this genre that deals with demons and possessions. For us, this production seemed average in all aspects, including the performances of the entire cast, so we give it 2 stars out of 5. Watch it if you have nothing better to do. The Weekend Away. When her best friend vanishes during a girl's trip to Croatia, Beth races to figure out what happened, but each clue yields another unsettling deception. This thriller and mystery film is another production with a story that covers the same theme, explored and recycled from other similar productions, so it's not that original. The story itself is predictable and full of cliches. The production elements, such as cinematography and set designs, are good, as are the performances of almost the entire cast, especially the lead actress. If it doesn't bother you to watch a movie that does not offer anything new for this type of genre productions, then go ahead and watch it. It's not a bad movie, but for us, it was only average, so we give it 2 stars out of 5.